When Afghan asylum seeker Najeeba Vazivadost came by boat to Australia, the government put her in a detention centre in the outback. She was just 11 years old.
Every night I was sleeping with fears, and some of the nights I had security guards coming in with torches looking into the rooms for snakes.
Vazivadost spent 3 months in detention before she and her family were recognised as refugees and released. She's now an advocate for others, because almost 1,000 child refugees are still detained. On average, children spend a year locked up before they're allowed out to be part of Australia's community. These, painted behind bars, show how imprisoned children feel. Australia's government is unapologetic. It says mandatory detention is a deterrent to people contemplating a boat journey to Australia. It's recently gone further, sending children to a camp in another country, Nauru, with no prospect ever of settlement in Australia. And it's working. Boats of asylum seekers are no longer coming, but it's also controversial. On Friday, the immigration minister faced his critics. Was it really necessary, he was asked, to keep child refugees in prison?
You would have been to many jails and prisons.
Indeed.
And are you suggesting that Long Bay Jail is the same as a pool-fenced alternative place of detention at Phosphate Hill on Christmas Island?
I have been a practising lawyer since I was 22 years old, and I've been to many prisons, and I know a prison when I see it.
A former head of the agency responsible for asylum seekers' mental health says it's a form of torture.
The purpose of detention being deterrence, and the suffering induced as part of that, I think, taken together, produces something which is quite akin to the concept of torture.
Under Australian law, the detention of asylum seekers under 18 is supposed to be used only as a last resort. Instead, critics say it's become routine, even policy. As for flying children to other countries' camps, that, critics say, is a gross dereliction of duty. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.